So, Renee, according to Match.com, 48% of women and 38% of men say that they research someone online before they go out with them and would flake on a date because of something they didn't like.
I think it's just normal safety etiquette to check out somebody online first.
I don't do it at all.
Do you not?
No, it's like ruining all the surprises.
Yeah, but what? You know that people can just make fake profiles. What if you're getting catfished?
Yeah, but I mean, I just look at someone's pictures and what they have on their profile, if it's Bumble or Tinder, and then if the person that doesn't look like that doesn't turn up, the date is off and I always meet in a crowded place. Also, I hate it. Have you ever had it when someone mentions something like, oh, I went on holiday to blah, blah, blah last year, and you're like, yeah, I know. And then the reason you know is because you saw it on their Instagram, not because they've told you. And I just think that's really weird.
It's weird, but it's still funny, isn't it? And welcome to No Sex in the City. We are two girls from very different backgrounds. I'm Renee.
I'm Helen, and every week we discuss pop culture, peen, and everything in between.
So you got a little bit of news, haven't you, Helen? Something you want to share with the people?
Not really.
I think you do. Do you want me to tell everyone?
Yeah, you can tell everyone.
Our Helen is back in the world of dating. She is... Are you on Tinder and Bumble?
Yeah, I downloaded both.
Do play app action. How's it going?
Girls just trying to get some D, you know. Gotta have both. So I downloaded Bumble and Tinder again last week just because I thought, you know, it's getting cold.
Cuffing season.
Be nice. Cuffing season?
Yeah, it's when... It's that time. It's sort of autumnal time. This is probably peak cuffing season. Actually probably late cuffing season, when people decide to like settle down for the cold winter months because people don't go out anymore, like over in winter. So they'll start to like figure out which of their people that they are chatting to or been dating that they want to like get a little bit more serious with in the cold winter months.
Yeah, I would quite like just like someone for 6 months, you know. I actually saw, can I read it out to you? I saw an amazing profile on Bumble and Tinder. Didn't reply to my message though.
Is it the same profile on both platforms?
Yeah. I have different pictures on both. So actually my male friends have told me that they think there's hotter girls on Bumble.
Yeah, I think that too. There's hotter guys on... There were hot guys. I'm not on them anymore, but Bumble did tend to have a higher caliber of guys, but they were a little bit raw. They all seem to work in finance. Just really not about that life.
There's quite a lot of old guys on there.
Yeah, it's your type though, isn't it?
So I saw this in a guy's bio on Tinder and Bumble, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. Starting recruitment for autumn-winter 17-18 girlfriend, 6-month fixed-term contract. Potential conversion to permanent based on completion of 3-month probation period. References necessary.
That's amazing. So did you apply?
Yeah, I sent him a message on Bumble. He didn't get back to me being like, hello. And then what did I write? I wrote like, dear sirs, I would like to apply for the position based on my current experience and skill set. I think I'm an ideal candidate for the role. And I didn't get a reply.
Oh, that's so hard.
Burn.
I remember one guy on Bumble, all his profile words were some pictures, and he said that he went to University of Limerick in Ireland. So my opening was Limerick. Something, I can't remember what it was, but it's just like, I don't even know, but you know how they're like, so nice to meet you. Yeah, so I wrote one of those, and it was at that point, after I'd finished laughing at how hilarious I am, I thought, yeah, I shouldn't probably be on these apps.
Is University of Limerick is a thing?
Yeah, Limerick's a place in Ireland.
I'm sure it's lovely there. But do you know what else happened to me? So it's not going well for me on the apps, babes. I think I might have to give up and just find someone organically.
You've been on it 5 minutes.
Yeah, but no one's getting back to me. There's no hot guys on it. And I got my photos moderated on Bumble. So I have a photo that you've seen of me and my two best friends, Rosie and Tori, at Soho Farmhouse, having a lovely time in a massive bath. And the bath photo got taken down.
Well, it's because you're naked.
Yeah, but you can't see anything.
But you're naked.
But I have a bikini photo on there where you can see more of my naked flesh, and that's allowed on there.
That's so interesting, because I always think that as well. When people are like, if you show someone your bra, people are like, oh my God, put it away. But realistically, you wear less on the beach and it's okay. So why is it okay to have a bikini photo but not one?
Yeah, you can just see like our legs are hanging out, and then you can see like our shoulders and our arms.
Maybe.
And I mean, it is all a bit lesbianic, but I showed my mum that picture and she was like, I should have sent you to boarding school.
I feel like a lot worse than that happens in boarding school.
Definitely. I think she thinks I'm a bit lesbian.
Still good.
I actually didn't realise that Bumble was supposed to be like a feminist app.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
It's owned and created by women so that women can take control. Because you know in Tinder, anyone can message you. So you do get some odd messages from people.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, because you know sometimes you swipe, and depending on what mood you're in, depends on the kind of person you swipe on. And like I used to, like, I'd like just swipe, and then I'd look back at them and when we matched and be like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah,
So
but you can just block them. But yeah, so I think the woman, I can't remember her name, but she's 25 who started Bumble. Her and her boyfriend started Tinder, and then she later sued him for sexual harassment and started Bumble.
Oh shit.
And I knew all that, but I didn't realise that act of the woman making the first move was supposed to all be about re-establishing equality.
But I really like that, because I just think we females have to do so much anyway. So we have so much, such a weight on our shoulders on a day-to-day basis, and like just generally. And then if you put in the dating world, think of how much thought and time and like mental, I don't know, space that goes into preparing for a date or talking to someone, because you're like, oh, I don't want to come across like this, or what if he thinks I'm easy, what if he thinks I'm like frigid, you know. It's just, there's so much that already goes into it. So the least that it could do is the boys make the first move. I hate that that's another thing that we have to do.
Yeah.
Is to come up with a witty opening line, because there's nothing worse, like in going through the Bumble accounts, and then the guys are like, girls, try and say something imaginative, and I'm like, excuse me, like I will automatically, just because I'm a shit and I'm stubborn, like I would just swipe away from them.
Yeah, I've seen some let's start with more than hey, how are you? But I get that. But my what's your favourite flavour of ice cream isn't serving me well.
I heard one the other day, and it said, and it was the woman who created Bumble. She was doing a talk, and she said her opening line when she was on it was a picture of a lime, and somebody would be like, what's this? And then she'd go, oh, did you not like my opening lime? And that's such a bad joke, but that's the sort of shit I love.
Yeah. I've had friends before tell me that I've scared off guys, not on Bumble and Tinder, but by being too funny. And I'm like,
oh my God, is that a thing? Because that's all I've got going for me.
It's not a thing. Being too funny and I told a male friend this because I was like, do you think that's true? And he was like, there's no such thing as being too funny.
Well, in that episode of Friends, Joey's girlfriend did have a problem with Chandler. She was all like, you just joke.
Yeah. But what about, are you still on Bumble and Tinder? What's your datings?
I go through phases of being on them and being like, yeah, this is what everyone's doing. This is the only way I'm ever going to meet anybody. So let's do it. But then when I was on them, I just found them, I found them to be quite toxic in a way. Toxic's a bit of a harsh word, but it seemed that nothing good was coming from them. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I was constantly like on show being like, hi, let me win you over with my sparkling personality.
Yeah.
And you want to know my bra size? Cool. Like, it just didn't seem nice. And then I just felt really awkward, like meeting the people.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't want to meet guys that I don't know. I'm scared I'm going to get murdered. And also, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Which is an awful thing to say, but we're both young-ish. No,
I'm young.
We're both young. We're both career women. We've got shit to do. We've got our heads on straight. So when we have time to do stuff, I personally, when I have free time, I want to either hang out with people that I already know and like or sleep. So why would I spend my free time on a date with someone that I might not even like? Like, time is valuable.
Yeah, I've been in that headspace for a long time, but I'm like, I'm going to get back out there and get me some D.
You go, girl. So I'm not on any of the dating apps, but I have joined Slimming World.
Have you?
And there's an app for that, so if that counts.
How long have you been on it then?
A week. It's been bad.
So lots of girls who we work with have been on Slimming World, haven't they? Is that what's... A couple of them have lost quite a bit of weight.
Oh my God, they're all skinny bitches now. And I want to be a skinny bitch. Basically, I just don't want to go back home for Christmas being fat. So...
What, because your mum was
Oh my God, it's awful. Whenever I go home, my mum and my sister are just like, oh, you're so fat now. I think it's because I was like... Because if you put on weight, then you just remember how you were.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, I don't want to go back to a load of people who I haven't seen in a long time, who know what I was like, for them to be like, oh, you look well. Like, I can't deal with it. I can't.
Yeah, I think we both had like a Monday morning where we came in and it was like, how was your week? And we've both gone home and it was like, yeah, my mum told me I put weight on again. For some reason, my dad isn't so bad, but just mum's just... You know, people put on weight all the time and you would never say to your friend, oh, you've put weight on. But for some reason, it's just like my mum's fucking favourite topic of conversation.
I'm not entirely sure where it comes from and I just can't be dealing with it. And then also for myself, like, I don't like being chubs. So
what's it like, a point system? Or?
Okay, so this is why I need to go back. I went to my first entry meeting thing, and they're all really nice, but it's fucking complicated. So basically, so far, I've just been like cutting out oils and fats and just trying to be like healthy with vegetables and shit, which is kind of what I was eating anyway. So just have to wait and see. I'm going to have to find out what, because you can have like healthy extras and shit. I don't know. I don't really get it. So I just basically, I'm like, can you just make me skinny already? Like, come on.
Yeah. I find if you eat a lot of yogurt, you lose weight because you then go to the toilet loads.
Oh, really? I've never noticed that.
That's my top tip. So you're going back to your mum's for Christmas?
Yes, I'll be back in the switch, a bit of countryside time.
For how long?
5 days, I think. Because... I can't be in Ipswich for longer than a week because, my God, I love it. It's my hometown, but everything closes at 7 and I just can't be dealing. It's just like so claustrophobic. There's only so much NCIS I can watch. Like, I can't do it. I can't. But Christmas is going to be good though. Christmas is different because you see everyone, don't you? So it's cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I'll be back at my parents' house. My sister's coming back from America. And then it's just us four plus my grandma and maybe our Australian friend and her dog.
Oh.
If our two dogs get on. But then I fly to Australia on Boxing Day. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know. And I'm really happy for you, but I'm also really jealous. So, like, genuine envy is brewing inside me, but it's going to be an amazing trip.
Yeah. But this is the last...
Hold on. Australian boys.
I know, right? So I'm going with my friend Tom, who is originally from Sydney but has lived in London for about 5 years. And he's like, you girls are going to clear up with your British accents.
Well, you best start pronouncing things properly. Enunciate, darling.
Start those lessons.
Get that D.
Yeah, also someone else said that when you go to Byron Bay, everyone's just a 10 and you arrive in the town and just automatically become like tanned and beautiful and a 10.
That sounds amazing.
I'm like, sign me up. But yeah, so it should be a good holiday. But I'm glad I'm having Christmas Day with my family. I don't think, even though I've got a small family, I would always want to spend Christmas Day with them.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't last year and it wasn't fun. It was quite sad.
But so the last couple of days, announcement. I usually hate it when people say this. And I don't know if it's because I'm going away to Australia, so I'm like quite like want to have all my Christmas early. I'm starting to feel Christmassy.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Are you starting to feel Christmassy?
I've been Christmassy since August. I listen to Christmas songs all year round. Like, I love it.
Do you actually?
Yeah. Celine Dion, Oh Holy Night. It's 7 minutes long. It's a fantastic piece of music.
Do you think it's too early to watch Love Actually?
No.
Because doesn't it start? It's like 6 weeks before Christmas. And I think we might be about 7-8 weeks before Christmas.
It's never too early. Just watch it. I love it.
Yeah.
I think like Christmas brings out like, just brings out positive vibes. I think I've been really lucky to be able to have good Christmases. Like have roof over my head, loads of food and family and, you know, toys and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm beginning to feel Christmassy because it's like the change in weather. This is the first week I've worn like a proper coat and got like snuggly and, you know, being like, oh, I want to drink red wine and stay in. Well, actually, I do that all the time.
I was going to say.
I think it's probably because like Pret and Eat and all those places you go to get food on your lunch hour, if you're a basic bitch, have introduced their Christmas menu. You can get pigs in blankets. I got pigs in blankets for lunch today. You weren't at your desk, so you didn't see it. / asked for one. I tactfully did it, so I had the whole pot to myself.
Good, enjoy it. That's what Christmas is all about. It's all that indulgence of gluttony. No, it's not what it's all about. It's about other people and caring and giving and sharing, blah, 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 but also food. So get eating, girl. I really want a cheese advent calendar.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Renee, I've got about 2 hardcore girl crushes in this world, one of which has been going strong ever since she was in Alfie, and it's Sienna Miller. And I still take a photo of her hair in Alfie when she turns round, everyone watched that film, and does her crap American accent, and he's in, you know, he's driving his cab.
I've never seen it.
And I take that picture to the hairdressers to try and make my hair look like hers. And then my other girl crush is a bit more of a recent addition, and it is Selena Gomez. Killing with kindness. Killing with kindness.
Sounding underwhelmed.
You're not one of her. She's the most followed person on Instagram.
Yeah, she's cool, but I don't really understand. I like doing Wizards of Waverly Place. Don't get me wrong, that show was sick. But I mean, like, meh. Selena, she dresses well. Yeah, she's cool, but meh.
Yeah, I like the way she dresses a lot.
Yeah.
But so obviously she has been in the press a lot this week because her and Justin Bieber are back together. She's broken up with The Weeknd and then pretty quickly reconciled with Bieber. Apparently they got back in touch earlier this year after her kidney transplant. And now they're definitely back on and wearing each other's hoodies and doing lots of PDA in front of paparazzi.
I forgot she had that kidney transplant. I wonder if the reason she's gotten back with him was because she had like a life and death situation and she was thinking about it and she was thinking, you know what, life's too short, you need to be with the one you love. Not unlike a Christmas film.
Yeah, but she was with The Weeknd.
Yeah, maybe she realised she didn't love him. Maybe she only loved him at The Weeknd. Sorry, I'll stop.
I don't know if that whole Weeknd Selena situation was like, you know, a bit of a Calvin Harris and Taylor Swift situation. Yeah, I said it. It's just like it benefits both of us. So like she's gone a bit more edgy in her music and she's kind of changed her image. And then he's gone a bit more mainstream in his music. His last album is not like, you love his old stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a lot more mainstream. It sounds like a like old Michael Jackson record.
So you think that they're kind of like, it was a mutually beneficial pairing that the media is known to do?
Yeah. So I don't even know if they were real.
But would you get back with your ex?
I wouldn't.
Whether you had a kidney transplant or not.
Kidney transplant.
It's not funny. Kidney transplants aren't a joke, but I was just reading.
Yeah. I've not got back with like an ex, but I've had those moments where, you know, maybe there's someone you've kind of been skirting around each other a little bit. So I had that at uni, where we like hooked up a couple of times and I think he ended up getting a girlfriend. So it wasn't like boyfriend girlfriend situation. It was just a bit like hooking up and stuff.
You double dipped?
No, just kissing, not even just kissing and flirting. And then I've had that when that comes back around. I think there definitely is something in like unfinished business, but to me there's kind of I would never get back with an ex. But, you know, I think we've all had those moments where you fancy someone a bit and suddenly they're single again and there's always been a vibe. And then it's never as good as you think. I've had that twice. Oh, my God. I had it in my old job. so my job before this job, I left and there was this guy I fancied so much, and I think he knew because he cornered me in the kitchen and he went, "You're really like loud around everyone except me." And I'm like, and he's like, "Yeah, you're really quiet around me, but you're really loud around everyone else." And he was fucking drop dead gorgeous. So he left the company and then he left me a note that said, "Bye, Helen," and his phone number, like 3 pages into my notepad. You know, that you just
like a little hidden one.
Yeah.
That's romantic.
And then I text him, being like, "Thanks." Oh, and then he said bye to me at his leaving drinks and he was like, "You got my note, right?" And I was like, "No," because I didn't find it because it was like 5 pages later and, you know, I hadn't done all my to-do list yet. And then we messaged a bit and then we bumped into each other at someone else's leaving do. And then so it's like 3 years after I've met him, we finally hook up and sleep together, and oh my God, his penis was so small and it was so bad.
Oh no.
And like, it wasn't in a chateau in France with like the wind. It was like in his shitty bedroom in Brixton. You know, when you really hype I find when you really hype something up, it's either amazing or really bad. That's not just like sexually, that's like the whole getting together.
Yeah, and you basically romanticise the situation and the reality was not up to par.
Yeah, and that's kind of my experience of going back when there's unfinished business. What about you, my girl?
I've never gotten back with an ex. And I don't think I would. I think we mentioned this the other day, that I don't think that it's not... I use the term self-preservation a lot, but it's really important, like, to me, because I just don't think it's worth it. Especially if somebody hurt you a lot, or if they really let you down. Like, I've had an ex that was just ended up breaking my heart because he didn't love me anymore. And that I got over and I was like, that's fine. But then I've had an ex that just let me down in the biggest way when I needed him the most. And they're probably the 2 significant exes in my life. And I wouldn't get back with them for both of those reasons, because I just think to get back with the one that broke my heart is just, why would you trust somebody with something so valuable? And then to get back with the one that let me down is like, you can't depend on this person. So why would you put your trust into that?
Yeah, but even in situations where, say, maybe it's a mutual breakup or you've been the one to call it off, I think it's like the relationship didn't work out for a reason. And Selena and Justin have got back together and broken up, 3 or 4 times. And I just think, sorry, guys, it's not going to work out. There's a reason you broke up.
Yeah, if it's multiple times. But there is one part of me, the romantic part of me, that thinks people change and would like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But there's only so much a person can change. And you're not going to really... If there's someone who's gotten to the point in their lives where they're like mid to late 20s and they're behaving a certain way, in 3 years, they're not going to change that behaviour. Or 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, It's taken a lifetime to get them to there, and they're just shit. So, why would you expect to change?
Yeah, you saying that has made me think of, the book and the film One Day.
Nope.
Oh my God, it was really, who was in that? It was Anne Hathaway in the film.
Oh, yeah.
You probably know the book. Everyone was reading it a couple of years ago. It had an orange cover.
I absolutely was not.
And so, but I think that's almost like they never actually quite get together. So like kind of the end of the book almost is them finally hooking up. So I don't think it's them breaking up lots.
Yeah, I think that's slightly different because it's kind of, you never quite know, and there's still the unknown of, oh, this person could be the one that got away. There's that theory that people always say, but the one that got away. But I don't think that's a thing. I think that's something that the film companies, I say agencies, made up to just make rom-coms, basically. I think there's like people in your life that you think, oh, I wish I'd gotten off with him, or I wish I'd taken that up, like taken his number or texted him back or said yes when he invited me out for a drink or kissed him or whatever. But I don't know if there's the one that got away vibe.
I know what you mean, but I think that maybe the phrase "the one that got away" is kind of like you say, rom-com thing. So I think there's definitely unfinished business that you can have with someone. And I think that's because it is, it is so hard to find a connection with someone in this world. There's millions of people. And so I think feeling that real connection with someone only comes round every so often. And that's kind of why you cling on to past flings or relationships.
But what would you class as unfinished business? Like unfinished business as in not getting that orgasm you deserve, or unfinished business as in not getting married?
To me, unfinished business is probably when you've fancied each other, maybe kissed a few times. You've not properly dated, really. You've not dated or, done the deed. To me, that's unfinished business. You're curious about each other.
And actually getting to know the person. See if the person that you think they are is the person you think they are is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It does make sense.
And if the sex will be as incredible as you imagine it. But something with the Selena Gomez story and Justin Bieber that's been reported a lot is that her family and friends are really unhappy about them getting back together. So according to Grazia, her mum, Selena's mum, a nickname for Justin is Satan. Like, I'm not even joking.
But Justin said his mama don't like you and she likes everyone. So I guess there's a mutual mama hatred for these two.
Yeah, they won't be. I don't think they'll be spending Christmas with each other's families. And yeah, so what do you how much does your friend's opinion, not just getting back with an ex, but how much does your friend's opinion impact you getting involved with someone?
Well, so I have surrounded myself with my closest friends are a bunch of great girls that do not hold back, and they will bollock me if I've done something, if I've said something that's wrong, or if I'm making a bad decision. They don't hesitate to be like, you're a fucking dick, don't do it. But so I do value their opinions a lot, but so I would take it in. I would listen to them, as opposed to just somebody who's like, oh babes, yeah, you look great. I'm none of my friends are yes girls. Do I have any guy friends that are close? No, all girls. I'm surrounded by strong, powerful women.
Woo!
Yeah.
But say if you've started dating someone, and maybe you've met them off an app or whatever, so you've been dating a bit and you take them to a party and all your friends are there, how important is it that, obviously you don't want them to have an argument with your friends, but do you want your friends to be like, oh my God, we love him, he's amazing? Does that matter to you? What if no one said anything the next day? What if everyone's a bit apathetic about him? I
would definitely ask them. I think it's important as well, because they'll see things, because I think when you're dating someone, you get those rose-tinted glasses. What is it called? Like cock blindness, where you just see this guy and because they're portraying their best parts to you, you're portraying your best parts to them, but an external person might see something that you might pick up on something. They might see a little, if they're just sneakily a little bit rude to someone that you're not around to witness or whatever. But funnily enough, there is a guy that I am talking to, and I deleted Tinder. And one night I was back home and I was just getting drunk, dancing around. And one of my flatmates, the one that's in a relationship, was like, let me play on somebody's Tinder. So she re-downloaded it on my phone, created a profile for me. It doesn't take 2 seconds. And she was swiping and she swiped right on this guy and we matched. And she was like, this guy. And I was just like, oh yeah, he's cute. He's nice, whatever. And I didn't think anything of it. Next morning, I wake up, look at my phone, and I have a message from this guy, and I'm like, oh. And we've been talking and dating ever since. And she was just straight away, this guy, this one. Yeah. And I really was just really trusted her judgment on that one, because I'm just not. I was just so over.
That's funny though, because isn't a lot of her being this guy is I think he's hot, or she just got cool vibes off him?
No, she got cool vibes from his profile. I can't remember what he was written, but there was a picture of him with his head inside of a dinosaur. And she was like, science! He likes science and you like science! Come on! I was just like, okay, let's play Spice Girls again. Woo! And he turned out to be a really nice guy. So I do think our friends know us better than we know ourselves sometimes.
Oh!
Sometimes. What about you? What do you think?
So like you, my friend's opinion is important to me. If you took someone and they actually didn't get on, like had an argument or offended one of your friends, it's totally over. And obviously you want all your friends to love them, but if it's kind of that middle ground of, oh yeah, he seems like a nice guy, I think I would continue to see someone. But I do need someone who is happy to hang out with me and my friends a lot, because obviously we hang out a lot and there's kind of 8 of us close girls and some people have got boyfriends and some people haven't. And you know, there's certain events where, like birthdays and stuff, or someone has everyone round for Sunday lunch and, like, all the boyfriends come as well. And so I need someone who, you know, not only is happy to, but, like, wants to come and hang out with my friends.
Do you think that puts extra pressure on the person that you're dating? Because they not only have to, not impress, but attract you, but fit into your life, but then also fit into your friends' lives too.
I get what you're saying, but also I think I'm quite lucky that I have really friendly, open friends. And so my close group of friends aren't girls I went to school with. They're people I've known in the last 2 or 3 years, and I've just become close with them really quickly, probably because they're so friendly and open and inclusive. I get what you're saying. Obviously, there is that level, isn't it, of you wanted to have some, you know, just the two of you time as well. But I do think it's important to be like, it's one of my close friends' birthdays, you're coming to their party.
Yeah, for sure. But I was just thinking, like, when you were saying about how you have your Sunday dinners and things, what if you were with somebody that's just really not into that?
That would kind of be like, well, we're not compatible, because that is a big part of my lifestyle. And so I need someone who is sociable, but kind of in like an easy, relaxed way, you know. I'm not a massive party girl. No, you were up till 5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Thank you.
But yeah, I need, because that is what I like doing. So even if I'm doing it with my friend, if I'm not doing it with my friends, I would want to be, you know, having a lazy Sunday afternoon in the pub or making food and drinking red wine with them. Even if it was just the two of us. So if they don't like doing that type of thing, we're not going to work.
No, but I mean, so it's a deal breaker. Not that doing the stuff one-on-one would, so you two, but would it be a deal breaker for you if they just don't like doing it in a group of your friends?
Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
I love my girls. Would it for you?
I don't think so much. I think if it was like they didn't like going to birthday parties and stuff, like, you know, or weddings or whatever. Not that I ever get invited to weddings. Then, yeah, I probably would. It would be a bit of an issue because those are the things that you go to with someone. But if they weren't into like the Sunday brunches and stuff, I'd just be like, cool, I'll go without you. I'm not really that bothered about that sort of thing. But yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me.
If you're kind of the other way around, if your friends were dating someone, how much do you express if you like them? Have you ever had a situation where you really don't like who someone's dating?
I haven't. Not that I can remember. I'm trying to think. Like, I like him. Yeah, I do. I like the guys that they're with. But I've never been in a situation where I didn't like them. But if I were, we were so open, I'd just have to say. It would have to be something like, but the thing is though, it's not. I think what happens a lot is people just go, oh, I don't like so and so, and you're like, but why? You need to give it an exact reason why. If it's just because you don't get a good vibe from them, why don't you get a good vibe from them? I think it's quite easy for people to just be quite dismissive of others.
Yeah,
and when it comes to relationships, I mean.
So I also, though it's interesting what you say about, you know, friends getting boyfriends and such, I also think there's kind of this weird, nasty undercurrent sometimes in female friendship groups that if single girls don't want their other single friends to get boyfriends, they want them to stay single.
Ooh. Yeah, you're right. I also think that the kind of guys do that as well. Because whenever a guy gets the girl, they're like, oh, he's dead, he's off, he's not one of us anymore. But this is definitely something we need to talk about.
Yeah,
So that's it. Thanks for listening to the latest episode of No Sex in the City.
Don't forget to follow us, No Sex Pod, on Twitter and Facebook. See you next time.
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and make sure you drop us a little rating on iTunes as well, just so that other people can find us and be like, hear how great we are.
We'd love it. Bye.
Bye.